I think every one of us, when our heads hit the pillow at night, we feel very confident that we haven't squandered or wasted $1 of the city's money.
Bill Prucknick, 18810 Churchill Drive. I just got a question about the enforcement officer, the guy that drives around. And what is that a job that could easily be shifted to, let's say, the police department? If we were looking to eliminate a job at the police department, would it be better to eliminate that job and ask the police to maybe pick up his additional duties? Because he's got a job really where he can't win if he doesn't hand out citations. I mean, it's just going to look like, what is he doing out there? He's not doing anything.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I mean, if he's going to make himself look like he's worth anything, he's got to be out handing out citations, because if he does nothing for 6 months, they're going to say, we don't need this guy, let's get rid of him. So it seems to me like the police force should be able to pick this up. And this way here, when they're driving around looking at uncut grass or garbage that hasn't been thrown out, they could be seeing if somebody's getting broken into, or if somebody's car doesn't have a license plate on it. All the things that can encompass that job, as opposed to just one guy driving around looking for uncut grass or unshoveled snow or a car that doesn't have tires on it. It doesn't seem to justify it, not in this size city. Maybe in Detroit or Warren or Dearborn, maybe, but not in this city.
Bill, just to let you know, he's a part-time, no benefits employee. So it's the cost center there is minimal. There's no pressure on him to write tickets because our return from the Wyandotte court is not that significant. His job is to educate and to keep the city clean based on his budget. He's not out there to bust people's chops for having a junk car in the driveway. His job is to get them to get the car out of the driveway.
Well, like I say though, I mean, when we're looking to cut, everything's going to be a cut.
Yeah, so it's on the table.
Okay.
Your Honor, that position was shifted from the police department to save money. Went from a full-time position to a part-time.
We had a full-time animal control officer / enforcement. When he retired, we scaled that back to a part-time, no benefit position.
I know, but the enforcement officer was a full-time?
Yes, before.
Well, that even is it worse. I mean, it seems like that was a full-time job that he was driving around doing. So if he was doing it full-time before, that was even more waste of money, because he's doing it part-time now, and it seems like he should have been part-time.
It's not he, it's the person, the job was.
Whoever.
Yes.
But the tax increase, let me just say this, is that this is a problem. And just by raising the taxes doesn't always fix the problem, because I own properties and I can tell you by renting them, you just can't raise people's rents up. The money's just not out there. So when you increase taxes to people, that might make them do something that they didn't want to do. They might have to move, they might have to abandon a place. It's only a couple $100, but these couple $100 have been adding up in this state for a long time. And everybody has got to really bear down. I mean,
well, that's the approach we've taken for the last couple of years. We've been very, very reluctant to raise taxes, and should the taxes be raised on a ballot issue, it would be a vote of the people, not a vote of the council.
Well, correct, and you're right, but see, even that is a distorted thing too, because like I say, I go back to the rental. You could have a house that still has as many votes as a house that has